Quick update on 401k retirement plans going into the 2026 calendar year. The new limits for payroll employee contributions are a max of $24,500 per year that you can put in your own employee payroll deferrals. You can do an additional $8,000 on top of that $24,500 as a catch-up contribution if you're over the age of 50. And then in the last year or so, they also have added a special catch-up where you can do $11,250 additional each year if you are in between the ages of 60 and 63. So if your plan at work permits that, you are able to do a larger catch-up contribution between the ages of 60 and 63. One other, I think, important thing to note that's going to catch a lot of people by surprise this year. I know it caught me by surprise going into 2026. If you are a higher earner, I think making over $150,000 per year, your catch-up contribution, so either that extra $8,000 or that extra $11,250 over the payroll contribution, that catch-up contribution can no longer be pre-tax. In other words, saving you dollars on your tax return if you're considered a highly compensated employee or a highly compensated earner. So in that case, any of your catch-up contributions over the age of 50 are going to be automatically put into your retirement plan as Roth after-tax contributions. Again, not pre-tax where you're getting the deduction. So a few action items to look at with your 401ks going into this year. Number one, look to see that you're maximizing your investment amounts, your payroll amounts, if you can do so. Maybe increase your monthly or your percentage withdrawal to match that. Of equal importance also is to take a look at where you're at on that highly compensated amount, considered a highly compensated employee. So take a look and see if you fall into that category of a highly compensated employee, that you're aware that those contributions are going to be made Roth, because maybe you were doing 50% of your contribution of your payroll contribution and as an employee in pre-tax, and you were doing the other 50% of whatever you put in Roth. Maybe you need to visit with your CPA or take a look at your taxes. Maybe you need to be, for instance, doing 80% pre-tax, 20% Roth, because now your catch-up contributions all going to be going in as Roth. What you don't want to do is lose some tax deduction that you've had in the past or tax deductibility and be caught by surprise. So a lot going on within the 401k rules as far as increased contribution limits, after tax, all of those different things. Get with us. We'll take a look at it regardless of whether we hold your 401k. Of course, we'll take a look at that for you, and then also maybe do some prior tax planning ahead of this year or early into next year and see what adjustments you might need to be making on your 401ks.